Man, it's gorgeous out. I just need to get out of the house. Okay. But just want to take a minute to talk about Ricky. Because he was the most influential guy in my life. You know, they say like you never want to meet your heroes, but I was fortunate enough to not only meet him, but like help raise me. And then not only that, but he became like my biggest fan. So kind of cool. I get to, you know, and like it's a mess under here. You don't want to see this. So I'm keeping these on. But like for those who don't know, or most of you, you probably have no idea. I'm I'm Jeremy. I'm not Flake right now. I'm Jeremy Barfield. You might recognize the last name from my dad, Jesse. He played in the 80s, 90s. He was really good, like really good. All star, led the majors in homers and assists, 3 gold gloves. I could go on and on. He's in the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame, and he's not even Canadian. So he and Ricky played together on the Blue Jays and the Yankees. So they're like best buds. Well, they were. And come on, let's go. Come on, buddy. I'm walking my dog. So hi. Come on, bud. Come on. Keep it moving. Thank you. You can poop up here. Up here. Good boy. All right. Oh, I feel like this is about to fall off. Okay, I fixed it. So yeah, my old man and Ricky, like they've known our families have been intertwined for decades. And Ricky's wife, bless her heart, Miss Pam, I love you. You have such a great heart. You do so many things well. I am very fortunate to know you. Just one of those things just never happened to be cooking, which we all understand. That's why Ricky would come over, whether it was Toronto, whether it was New York. He would come over and eat dinner with us pretty much every night because my mom can cook. So, got to be real close. Rick has 3 daughters. He doesn't have a son. Literally the greatest leadoff hitter in the history of the sport. Doesn't have a son, which is like, honestly, kind of good. Because then there's like no pressure, right? Like, come on. There's no way you can back that up. It's not a whole Griffey situation. That'd be like King Griffey Jr.'s son, Trey, being, I don't know. Trey played football. He was smart. Anyways, um, so like what he would do, what Rick would do, is whenever my brother was young, my brother's like 6 years older than me, okay? And whenever my brother was young, he would dress him up and dress him up just like him, buy him clothes, take him shopping, and then drive him around town. Especially if they were playing in like Oakland, wherever they were. But if they were playing in his hometown, like, in his hood, whatever, like for sure. Home games, sometimes on the road. He just do it. Then he would he would come over to our house, and the way my dad taught us how to throw is he would give us 2 gloves, a right-handed one and a left-handed one. And whatever one we felt comfortable with, like we try them both. It's actually kind of genius. Like my dad's a great coach. He's what? Terrible father, great coach. Anyways, right-handed one and a left-handed one. And you just use both. And then you stick with whatever's like natural to you. That's the same way I've taught my son, and he ends up throwing lefty like me and Rick. So what Ricky would do is with my brother, and then eventually with me, he would try to like tip the scales and hide the glove to make the glove, the right-handed throwing glove, one that goes on your left hand. He would hide that. For those who don't know, Ricky bats right, throws left. So it didn't work with my brother. He ended up throwing right-handed, batting right-handed like my old man. But for me, it absolutely worked. It absolutely worked, especially since whenever I was young, it was in New York at the time. They were on the Yankees, so he want to go out, bro. He's Rickey Henderson. He can't be like going out in freaking New York. So he would come, bro. He would come over for dinner, and then absolutely, hey, Jeremy, we gonna play catch. I'm like, all right, and then he would just yeet the other glove, and bro, you guys, I cannot believe this. This is so funny. I'm just thinking of the good memories, bro. He would literally be be catching the ball, like he would take the other glove, right, and make me throw left-handed, and he would catch right-handed. And remember, he's not right-handed. Like he catches with the, he throws left-handed, but he was forcing me to do it, and so it was awesome. So it stuck because he was over every night, bro, every night, dude, every night. Every night without like we would just put out a plate for him knowing he will be like they would let him up like it wasn't real life, right? Like like come on Dan, we got a plate for you. Okay. So yeah, I grew up playing catch with him and it stuck. So I threw lefty because he would take that other glove, use it, and then hide it. So I couldn't use it whenever I could use it. So all I had was like that glove. So I ended up throwing lefty and batting righty just like that. It was so funny. What are you doing, bud? Sniffing? All right. And then there'd be like, here's another good one. So I don't think it was any coincidence after like I went what? Ninth round out of high school back when there was 50 rounds, so that actually meant something. It's like 20 something now. Okay. There used to be 50 plus like a bunch of other stuff in between. It was a big deal. And then all this stuff went down with the Mets. And then I go undrafted after my freshman year at JUCO after making the World Series, all World Series team. So then I don't think it was any surprise that after my sophomore year, I end up with, well, I used to be a Boris guy. Well, we could talk about that at another time. Dude, you guys have not heard about these stories. The Boris one's a good one. How I was like, I used to be really good long time ago. I just looked my arm. Anyways, ended up with Dave Stewart as my representation, and I go to the A's. You know who had a big part to play in Rickey. And then when I'm in the organization, Rickey just so happens to become a roving instructor. Think about it, bro. Rickey Henderson, the greatest freaking leadoff hitter of all time, choosing some like BS job for the piss poor A's to be a roving instructor, bro. He was taking care of me. It was awesome. And so he would like come to town. Like he would go to spring training every year. And like, bro, there's one year the A's were so cheap. They cheaped out big time on their accommodations. And this is hilarious. I don't even know if I talked about this. Well, anyways, I woke up one time to my roommate banging the housekeeper. This dude was from Dominican. You could even go find him on Baseball Reference. It's a true story. Hector something. Okay, Hector Garcia Gomez. Garcia. Yes, Hector Garcia. He ended up getting popped for PEDs, for roids. Swear to God, can't make this up. Then there was another dude so I woke up to that in the bath. They were doing that in the bathroom. And then I woke up to, oh man. Sorry, there's somebody riding a bike and kind of threw me off guard. So yeah, I woke up to that. He's like, I mean, going to town. I'm like, okay, I can't be doing this. Best part is, after that went down, she went to another one of our teammates' room, Baroa. I'll never forget. I think he was from Camden, which kind of makes sense. Okay? Goes to Baroa's room and does the same thing. So he gets he gets sloppy seconds. And they only found out about it because they were bragging. They were bragging about it in the, come on, bud. They were bragging about it the next day during stretch. It was too funny. It was so funny. Yeah. I'm going to have to pause. Okay. Yeah, I just was hanging out with one of my neighbors and doing some stuff. Okay. So where was I? Oh, yeah. So they're bragging about it in the line during stretch, and I understand enough Spanish to put what they were saying together. And so I definitely 100% stirred the pot. And, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't wrong. I just told one of them that they should talk to the other guy to get their timelines right. And then once they found out, neither were thrilled with me, or each other, or themselves, or the housekeeper. So, needless to say, Rickey opened up his home to me, which is awesome. So I go from staying in think about this, 2009 budget Oakland A's freaking hotel, like a extended stay, right? It was bad. It was in like South Scottsdale. You're like, Scottsdale Suite. No, not at all. Like, not at all. Anyways, Rickey opened up his home and he was like, hey, stay as long as you need to. Because I was in extended spring training at the time. And dude, guys, got so bad. It's like, dude, you can stay with Rick? I'm like, bro, like, he opened up his place. Like, bro, we're like that. Like, it's not that he's doing it because I'm a player and you're like, I would, if I was in town, I'd be staying there anyways. Like, in all honesty. So, like baseball or not. So it was cool. Stayed there until they sent me out to like low A. But man, it was awesome. He would come visit during the season. That's just like this roving instructor. And he would always coach first base, bro. And it was a trip. It was great for the crowd, especially in like anywhere he goes. He's freaking Rickey Henderson, bro. First ballot Hall of Famer. Like, it doesn't matter where he goes. Like, it's a spectacle. Like the teams or the visiting teams would put it on their social. And he was so cool about it, dude. He was basically like Snoop Dogg. You know how Snoop Dogg's like America's sweetheart now? Like, that was him. Come on, bud. Where we going? We're going this way. No, you're not running off like that. You know better. I got your poop in my hand anyways. All right. All right, let's go this way. All right. Okay? Anyways. So, I'll never forget. He would come visit. Like, he had a couple houses. He had like a place out in the Bay, and then one out here in Phoenix. And dude, the one that he had out here is gangster. It's like on a mountain and everything. Like, dude, it's dope. He's dude, freaking Rickey Henderson. And so the first time he would come visit, I was in like A-ball, and he made a deal with me. So I was doing okay, but it was a very hitter-friendly league, and like I'm supposed to be a big bopper, and I just wasn't hitting home runs. That's it. Doubles, yes. RBIs, yes. I hit like 90 something that year. Played almost every day. I just never hit any home runs. What we got, bro? What's up, man? All right, give me a second. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want, bud? Go. Go. All right, anyways. I'm not going to get popped for having like music on this. Anyways. So the first time he comes to see me, it's in Stockton in 2010, right? win the Cal League. You're supposed to be hitting nukes there, right? That's what you're supposed to be doing there. And I was doing everything but. All the numbers were good. Probably should have made an all-star team, but it's a tougher one to make because there's only one team because they used to play against the Carolina League. So the entire league would only have one all-star team. It's kind of crazy. But whatever. Still doing well. And the deal he made was if I hit a home run, he would hook it up with a chicken pot pie from, it wasn't even like a restaurant. Here's the best part. It was like a boys and girls club, something of that sort in Oakland. That he would just, that would do it as part of like a charity, kind of like a goodwill kind of thing. How cool is that? So we gave him like, it wasn't just delicious, but it was like for a really great cause. That's just what kind of person he was. And so, I kid you not, he told me that. And then pretty much every game he ever coached in, the rest of my career with the A's, I homered in. So if he would just start ordering boxes of these chicken pot pies in advance, and he's Rickey Henderson, so they will ship them wherever he wants them to. So they'll just ship them wherever. Overnight it if he needs to. Just throw it in with some dry ice. Yeah, dry ice, and it would show up to the clubhouse. And so then my teammates got so mad, bro. They got so mad because, mind you, when I played, like I was 6'5", 240, anywhere from 230 to 260, depending on what position I played. Okay? Just depended. Okay? And so then my teammates would get so mad because, mind you, I would crush, like, me and him, dude, it's like we're in the clubhouse. And then, like, it was like me and him would just, like, crush it. And, like, we'd be like, yo, what's that? Come on. Be like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, this? Like, dude, I want some. And it's like, okay. It's like, who am I to say no? But it's like, dude, it's so good. I'm going to eat the whole thing myself. I earned this. But there was like, oh, felt like freaking grade school all over, where you have to invite everybody. You know, you can't just invite a couple of people to your party. You got to invite everybody or nobody at all. So it was kind of one of those situations. But the cool thing is, I was like, well, if you, like, I've never seen teammates so happy for me to homer when they got to hit bombs than whenever Rickey was in town, because that meant, like, the deal, like, Rickey was so cool about it. He kept the deal original, but he just made it, he doubled it and made it 2 pies. Seriously. So, 2 pies. And in all honesty, like, that was enough to feed enough people, right? For it to be a novelty. Because, like, I was always going to get guaranteed. Like, that was the best part, is that, like, I was always guaranteed 2 slices. Like, it was the best thing ever because I earned it. And I was, you know, there was some favoritism in there, of course, but, like, that was my dog. And so, dude, you could ask my old teammates, bro. We'd just be crushing these chicken pot pies. And we would even tell the clubby, like, you probably don't even need to worry about dinner. So we would just be crushing these chicken pot pies, man. It was freaking awesome. He was a man. Feels good to tell stories about him because, like, you know, the creating process is not easy. Not easy. But yeah, I got so many Rickey stories. I think I should do more because it feels good to share. I miss them. Okay. This is a good one. You guys will like this. This is like iconic. So I don't know if you guys have heard about there's basically all these stories about Rickey, about how he talked in third person, the John Olerud one, or how he framed $1 million check. Didn't cash it, but he framed it. So I'll never forget, bro. I was in AA so many years. I don't know, man. This is how much that man, like, this is how close we were, bro. And I'm so grateful. That man would have a house Like he most of the time stayed in his place in Oakland in the Bay, and he could go to the big leagues. Think about this. He could go to the big leagues in Oakland, which is right there in his backyard, and coach and hang out. And they were good at the time. Or he could go to AAA in Sacramento, which is really close. Or he could go to Stockton, which is just as close as Sacramento. He chose to come out and see me in freaking Midland, Texas. Middle of nowhere, West Texas, dude. How sick is that? And I was there for parts of 4 years, man. And he still found a way, dude. Staying out there in those trash accommodations, dude, he was amazing. He was one of the most selfless people ever. So back to the story is, I'll never forget, bro. We're just hanging out in the clubhouse, either playing maybe playing like dominoes. He'd love to play dominoes with the guys in the clubhouse because like that's the thing, especially old heads, bones. And I was like just chatting him up. I'm like, all right, Rick. I go through, like, whip out my phone, my iPhone freaking like 4S. I'm not even kidding, okay? And I pull up this list of stories, of Ricky stories, and it was from like, I don't know, Deadspin or something, whatever. It was like freaking over a decade ago. Well over a decade. It was like almost 15 years ago. Okay. And I'm like, hey, which one of these, like, how many of these are real and how many are fake? And so we would go through all the Ricky stories through a list of like the best ones that are allegedly like no one knows, bro. Some have been confirmed, bro. Here's the best part. Every single one of them was true. The only thing that I could find that wasn't true is that they made something up about him in Little Big League about like poodles or something. I don't know if you remember that line in Little Big League when they were talking about Rickey Henderson had contract demands and it was like a poodle, something like that. But like, that's the only thing that wasn't true. And it was in a movie. Everything else was 100% true. 100% true. All the stories are true, dude. That's how much of a legend he is. And I just wanted to share that with you guys.